You're listening to The Pop by Dr. Shanae, the Pursuit of Peace podcast, where I'm your host, Dr. Shanae Petit of SP Consulting Group, where our mission is to bring your vision to life. Join us as we have various discussions that focus on purpose, vision, strategy, and transformation on this pursuit of peace in our daily lives.
All right. Welcome back to This is where we are always on a pursuit of peace, always, in everything. And let me tell you, when it's all said and done, we are needing to grow. Growing pains are growing pains. There's no way around it. No way around it. Okay? So I'm so excited because today I want to talk about one of my favorite topics. And it's one of my favorites because it's one that people have mixed feelings about. And that's professional development. Why do people have mixed feelings? Probably because they've been forced at some point in time to complete a training that they weren't interested in. Complete trainings that are just required, that say the same thing over and over and over again. But, there actually is a wild side to professional development. Did you know that professional development can be sexy? Just saying, it can be cute. Now, there is a better place that is tucked into the nooks of professional development, and that is how we stay engaged in the workforce. Oh, by the way, I'm Dr. Shanae. I am a business coach. I am a executive wellness coach and organizational development consultant and strategist. And by trade, I'm a licensed therapist as well as an organizational development psychologist. And when I talk about these things, I'd like to think every now and then, that I know what I'm talking about. Every blue moon. But I wanted to share the nicer side, the more fun side, the extravagant side, if I could say that, of coaching. The elegant side of, professional development, engaging, having employee engagement, and how that could really set you up for success. So, professional development, what is it? Well, it's how we develop as professionals. It's trainings. It's skill building. It's team integration, working together, building, really growing, raising our threshold, and, simply doing things that will help us be better in our position. So these are the things that I want to share with you today. Some of the ways that you can make sure that professional development is sexy for you is by literally making sure that your trainings fit where you're going. It may every now and then be it fits where you already are. Some of you may have been blessed enough to be bumped into a position or a role that requires more skills and abilities. And, that's fine. But if you don't have all of the skills, all of the knowledge, all of the abilities, you end up being frustrated. You end up being annoyed. You end up being lackluster, whatever the case may be, all those words and more. But what if professional development, like I said, let's look on the wild side here. What if professional development actually improve your professional network? Have you ever gone to trainings and literally said that the best part of the training was the people there? That the fact that you exchanged a few business cards? That's something, if you haven't done, you need to start doing. Some of these trainings, especially as we start to get back to opening up, even as we are still on these Zoom calls and Zoom meetings, one of the things that you really want to consider is check it out. When it's all said and done, you can literally request to have one-on-ones with people. How many of you are hooked up on Calendly? I know that there's a bunch of different, platforms that you can use for scheduling, but I use Calendly, so I'm going to use that as a reference. But what if you were to use your link to drop it into the chat box. You may be in a training where it's just completely boring, or you may feel that it's completely redundant. Whatever it is, completely obnoxious, whatever you want to call it. How can you optimize and make it sexy for you? How can you make it work for you, right? And that's networking. Use that link, drop it in and say, hey, this is what I do. This is my name. Or, you can private message people. When people are going around doing introductions, write down their name on a little sketch pad or something and say, what their role is. When they're doing introductions, they usually say your name, say what department you're in, or what your expertise is, if that's something that you can do in some of these like webinars and trainings that are online currently. And write it down and private message them. Hey, I would love to chat with you to learn more about this topic that I'm interested in, that you just so happen to be a guru in. Here's my link to my Calendly for a 15-minute consultation. Let them know. Reach out and touch someone. When you are back in person and there are more networking events in person, take your business cards, get back to the business cards. Or if you don't want business cards, guess what you can do? Get yourself a QR code. A lot of people have QR readers, for touchless, interactions. Have people scan your QR code that opens up to your information, whether it's your contact information. Some of you can even have it upload and have it connected to maybe like a Google Doc that is of your resume or your portfolio, whatever it is, whatever industry you're in, right? That's an example of how to take professional development to a whole nother level for what it is that you need. It doesn't have to be boring. It doesn't have to be mundane. It doesn't have to be any of those things like nauseating. It doesn't. What's another one? How about if, professional development, I know a lot of people have begun to reach out to me, whether it's to be a prospective client or some of the people that I'm already working with and have been working with throughout this pandemic. They're like, now that I have to go back into work, I need to do something about my attention span. Anybody lost lately? Anybody confused lately? Anybody unsure of what day it actually is? My hand is raised, because when it's all said and done, when you have been in quarantine, when you have been dealing with that stay-at-home order, or you have purposely just not gone outside as much, like me, I've definitely learned the art of ordering, the time of when I want it to come, when, all of that. Grubhub, all of them. We need to have stock in them or something. I don't know. But either way, what I'm saying is get in the position to prepare to be in that space. And sometimes that's, oh my goodness, we have to relearn our time management skills, focus. I don't know about you. I don't know how many times I've lost my phone. I don't even know where my ear pods are here. No clue. It's just random things. So how can we use professional development to say, you know what, I want to just make sure that I'm prepared to go back into the workforce. And one of those things could be by improving your time management skills and productivity. You had to change the way that you worked in the home space, dealing with stressors, dealing with the kids at home, if you have kids at home, or just dealing with other people being in the home or being alone. Whatever the case may be, it ignited some emotional responses. And this has been for over a year. So if we're just now getting to that place where we're able to open up, we're now in that space of, now that you are out of the little corner office in your bedroom, okay? And that's me. You now need to operate back in a workplace that does not have your bed, your kitchen, your living room, your dog, your animal, your lizard, your fish, everything else there. You have to get back to a place of managing not just your emotions, but managing your energy, managing sensory overload, because that is real. A year or more worth of minimal interaction, minimal engagement with other people and their energy. And now we have to go back. So that can be distracting. Professional development, it'll do it for you every time. If it's not even a set scheduled training for you, how can you pursue that? How can you talk with your supervisor, your manager, whoever is above you in leadership, to begin having that time management, productivity training, work groups, team building activities, things that will help you to get back in an acclimated state with interacting with people in that space, being able to manage hypervigilance if someone doesn't have their mask on. Some people may have decided, I've heard of some leaders that have now required their staff to not wear masks, but to get their vaccine. So if they have their vaccine and they feel comfortable knowing that it was mandated and it has been verified that they have their vaccine, both the first and second shot, they may not be wearing masks. Or how about it's really crazy to me, actually. But when I think about how even when you're out, you still have to take off your mask if you're eating. You're still exposed to that airborne virus. It is what it is. Y'all, listen. When it's all said and done, there is hypervigilance, because you may be thinking, oh, Lord, I can't breathe. Any of you found yourself holding your breath? I know I have. If somebody got too close, I just stopped breathing. Just held my breath. Held it all in. Like I'm not even dealing with this. So how can you get some trainings that will help you? How can you do some group work? What about obtaining another certification? I know that was big at the top of the pandemic. Certifications, recertifications, right? Continuing educations, getting trainings and things like that are specific to something that you enjoy, something that will actually maybe support you on your next level of leadership that you go in. What if you are a business owner, right? What if you are a business owner? Maybe you may need more skills or certifications or trainings to not only fit the bill for recertifying any licensing you have or anything like that, but also just simply knowing every area of business from a more front and center standpoint. So get a certification. Some people have been getting these online degrees because there's a plethora of online degrees at this point. A plethora. So pick one. You always wanted to know about law? Go ahead. Just go ahead. Do it. Make it something that you enjoy. You always wanted to be an artist, but your stuff looked like chicken scratch. Go ahead and get a certification. Take a training. Go do something fun. Enjoy it. Make your professional development journey fun and sexy. Just all the goodness right there. Make it fun. Don't have to dread it. Not everybody's trying to leave a job. Some people just need to spice things up a bit, just like you have to in a relationship. Spice things up a bit. Don't be wearing the same business drawers the whole time. Raise it. Go to the next level. Get to the silk boxers level of it. I'm just saying, as a joke. Y'all know I'm joking. But either way, my whole point is grow your professional network, attend more networking events. That's professional development. It's not just about training. It's professional development. It's, be a mentor to someone, participate in other organizations and any activities that they have, fundraisers, research, say, hey, I always was wondering about, how is it that people know better, but they don't do better? I need you to research the, what is it called? The G.I. Joe fallacy theory. Research something. Improve your stature in business. Improve and raise your threshold of understanding and knowledge. It's not just about, oh, I've arrived to a job and I just sit there in a corner. Continue to learn, continue to grow, make it fun. That's the wild side. Pick and choose. You wanted to do something, go ahead, reach for the stars, go ahead. Just do it. Whether it's skill-based trainings, whether it's professional development, your recertification trainings, whether it's, increasing your responsibilities and your bandwidth of impact in your industry, in your workspace, whatever it is, just do it. Live a little. Don't just succumb to, these are the same 7 trainings that you are required to do every year, and it's the same answers every year, and you still fail once or twice. Just make it more interesting. Live a little, grow a lot. Okay, live a little, grow a lot, or live a lot and grow a lot. Either way, however you look at it, look at professional development for what it is. It's not just about doing what's required. It's about doing better just as a person. Because as you do better as a person, you're able to have a better and broader impact. How about that? So again, not everybody's trying to leave a job. Sometimes you just have to refresh, hit the reset button on what you're doing and say, how can I fulfill this role even better? Maybe you like your job. Some people actually like what they're doing, y'all. Just saying. And you're just maybe feeling a bit too settled. Like I said, live a little. What is the wild side of professional development? What is that for you? Check it out. Go to Google Academy and figure out what you want. I've always wondered if you can get paid, talking to flowers. I don't know, helping them grow. Whatever it is, try it out. Every experience that you have as an individual rolls over into the scope that is or is not broadened in that workspace, in that creative space, in the community. Always pursue peace. Sometimes peace comes from growth, that I'm not stagnant. I'm not feeling anxious because I'm just sitting pigeonholed in this box of just so. Right? So I hope y'all got something out of this. I hope y'all live on the wild side of professional development. Now, y'all go ahead and get creative and let me know. Let me know what you think. Make sure you follow this podcast and you share it with other people, trying to get the word out. Life doesn't have to be too crazy. We can actually have some work-life balance and harmonious living. We can do that. And sometimes it does include work-life integration. But like I said, like, share, follow, all that good stuff. And if you have any questions or you want to be a part of this podcast, The Pop by Dr. Shanae, that's me. Just give us a holler, right? You can always find us on any of these social media platforms at the SPC Group. Again, that's at the SPC Group. If you're following me on Twitter, just add a little underscore after the P for group. It's still the SPC Group underscore for Twitter. All right, y'all. It's been fun. Talk to you guys next time. In 2 weeks, we're on here the 2nd and 4th Friday of the month. So I will see you guys around and take care.